Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to do another game for our 1977 Red Sox replay using Strat-o-Matic Baseball 2024. This is game number 21. As currently the Red Sox are 13-7, and it's a game from May 4th, Wednesday, May 4th of 1977. The Red Sox are currently a game behind the Baltimore Orioles. The Red Sox in Game 1, I believe they got shut out, if I remember right. Might have been a score like 8-0 or something like that, too. Yeah, so they fell to 13-7, and this is another game. Game 2 of the series with Reggie Cleveland. Well, let me see, I'll show you. So currently they're a game behind the Baltimore Orioles. Pretty close race in the AL West also. So early on in the early May. So let's see what's today's game. So we played today's games. The Orioles did play today. So we'll see if they won or lost. I think they did win because they were a half game ahead. So that means they probably won. But anyway, it's going to be Stan Thomas for Seattle going against Reggie Cleveland for the Red Sox. And it's a night game here at Fenway Park. So let's just get this game underway.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
Alrighty, let's play ball. So for the Red Sox, Reggie Cleveland, off to a good start in 1977 with a 3-0 record. ERA a little high at 5.11. 25 innings pitched, 25 hits allowed, 8 walks and 12 strikeouts, and has surrendered 5 home runs. In the actual season, he was 11-8 with 2 saves and a 4.26 earned run average in 190 innings pitched. So for the Red Sox, the defense left to right. In the outfield, Yastrzemski in left, Evans in center. Moving over from right field, which he normally plays, and Bernie Carbo getting the start tonight in place of Rick Miller. So Evans switches to center, and Carbo is in right. The infield left to right is going to be Hobson, Burleson, Doyle, and Scott. And behind the plate, Carlton Fisk. All right, so the lineup for the visiting expansion Seattle Mariners is going to be Larry Milbourne, the second baseman, will lead it off, followed by Steve Braun in left field. Carlos Lopez, the right fielder, bats third. Dan Meyer, the first baseman, will bat cleanup. Juan Baez, the DH, bats fifth, followed by Bill Stein, the third baseman. Rupert Jones, the center fielder, hits seventh. Craig Reynolds, the shortstop, eighth. And it looks like, is that Steve Jutes? Skip Jutes, that's right. Skip Jutes, I always liked that name, is the catcher getting the start tonight, hitting ninth. All right, so Larry Milbourne steps to the plate. He comes in hitting .256 with a homer and 10 runs batted and 86 at-bats. So Cleveland looks in for the sign from Fisk. Nods his head, kicks, and delivers. And a good start for the Mariners. That's going to split the gap between Evans and Carbo, go all the way to the wall. And Milbourne's going to have himself a leadoff double. So it's a good night here at Fenway Park. So the ballpark stats are in the bottom right-hand corner. Definitely a hitter-friendly park, especially with extra bases. And also with singles, too. So hits all around. All right, so runner in scoring position now for Steve Braun. Steve Braun struggling on the season mightily, hitting just 149 and 87 at-bats with 4 runs batted in. So Milbourne gets his lead off second. Cleveland looks in for the sign, looks at the runner, kicks and delivers. And looks like Braun is going to be squaring around. Throw to first, and that'll get Milbourne to third with less than 2 outs. So then we have Carlos Lopez. He's hitting .255 and 2 homers, 8 runs batted in, 51 at-bats. Warner gets his lead off third. Here's the windup and a pitch by Cleveland. And that's going to be over Evans' head. That's going to go to the wall. Milbourne will trot home. And Lopez will have himself an RBI double. So just like that, the Mariners strike first. So it'll be up Dan Meyer hitting .220 with 4 homers, 17 runs batted in, and 91 at-bats. Lopez gets his lead off second. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a line it is short. Lopez dives back to the bag, but gets back there safely. So that'll bring up Baez. Baez, .278 hitter with 5 runs batted in. Pitch by Cleveland. And it's going to be a ground ball to Doyle, over to Scott. And that'll end the inning. But the Mariners strike first and lead it 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. So that'll bring up Thomas. Thomas is on the hill for the Seattle Mariners. Let's take a look at his, Stan Thomas. There's his card. Stan Thomas struggling mightily on the season, 0-4 record with a 5.40 earned run average. 27 innings pitched, 29 hits allowed, 15 walks, 8 strikeouts, and has surrendered 2 home runs. In the actual season, he was 3-6 with a 6.12 earned run average in 65 innings pitched. So the defense behind Thomas is going to be Braun in left, Jones in center, Lopez in right. The infield left to right is Stein, Reynolds, Milbourne, and Meyer. Either average or below average range, except for Rupert Jones in center, who's above average range. And Lopez with the best arm in right. Behind the plate is Skip Jutes, average range, with a +2 arm. And Thomas is a below average range with a high error rating and a +4 at holding runners on. So hopefully the Red Sox can get some base runners. They'll try to take advantage of that in the running game. All right, the Red Sox lineup, pretty standard, other than Carbo. So Rick Burleson, the shortstop, will lead off, followed by Denny Doyle at second. Jim Rice is the DH, hitting third. Kyle Yastrzemski, the right fielder, bats cleanup. Batting fifth, the boomer George Scott. Hitting sixth, Pudge Fisk behind the plate. Dwight Evans in center field. Batting seventh, Bernie Carbo, the right fielder, getting the start tonight. Hits eighth, and Butch Hobson, the third baseman, will bat ninth. So Burleson comes in hitting .250 on the season, with 3 runs batted in and 92 at-bats. Here's the windup and the pitch to the Rooster. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. And Lopez is there and makes the catch for out number 1. All right, so I'll bring up Denny Doyle. Denny Doyle hitting .333 with 8 runs batted in, with 4 doubles and a pair of triples in 69 at-bats. The pitch by Thomas. 5 column. And Doyle will draw the 1-out walk, and that'll be the Red Sox first base runner. So Jim Ed Rice having a great start to the 77 season, hitting .302 with 7 homers, 21 runs batted in 86 at-bats. Also has 5 doubles and 3 triples. So Doyle gets his lead off first. Pitch to Rice. And back-to-back walks. With 1 down. So an RBI opportunity for the captain, Kyle Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski, after starting slowly, has come on strong over the last couple of weeks. Overall, hitting .253 with 4 homers, 17 runs batted, and 83 at-bats with 6 doubles. The pitch to the captain. And he's got underneath that one. That's going to go behind the plate. Will it stay in play? It will, and Jutes will make the catch for out number 2. So let's see if the boomer George Scott can put the Red Sox on the board. He comes in hitting .286 with 5 homers, 13 runs batted in, and 84 at-bats. Runners get the lead as they'll wind up in the pitch to Scott. I just missed that home run. Instead, he's going to fly out to center, and Jones is there to end the inning. So after 1 full, it's Seattle 1, Boston nothing. Cleveland will face Stein, Jones, and Reynolds here in the second. Bill Stein comes in hitting .271 with a homer and 9 runs batted and 96 at-bats. Has 2 doubles and 4 triples already, so a lot of extra base hits for Stein, especially in the triple category. Among the league leaders in triples. And it's going to be off the 1 column. And that's going to be a base hit, so far Cleveland is not fooling anybody. He's hitting a lot of bats. And for base hits. Alright, so Scott and Hobson are going to play in on the grass for Rupert Jones, who comes in hitting .273 with 4 homers, 17 RBIs in 99 at-bats. Here's the pitch off the 5 column. That's going to be a range check on Cleveland. Cleveland with a 3 range. He'll get to it. Picks it up. Flips over to Scott. 1-3 on the putout as Stein moves into scoring position. So let's take a look at some scores from around the league. Kansas City Royals lead the Chicago White Sox 2-0. Milwaukee over Toronto 5-4. Minnesota and Cleveland are tied at 1. And Oakland and Baltimore are scoreless. Alright, so Stein in scoring position, 1 down for Reynolds. Craig Reynolds comes in hitting .299 with 2 homers, 13 RBIs, and 77 at-bats. Here's the windup in the pitch. It's going to be a range check on Scott. Gets to it. Ooh, we got a potential rare play here. Ground ball to Scott. Cleveland takes the flip from Scott. 3-1 on the putout, so nothing rare about that. And Stein, remarkably, held at second. Perhaps that's the weird part of it. Anyway, Stein didn't get a good read off of that. Thought Scott had caught it at first, but he had trapped it. But Stein holds at second. Alright, so that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Skip Jutes. Jutes comes in and hitting just 100 on the season, 1 for 10 with an RBI. Skipped. Yeah, the pitch to Skip. And that should do it. The red ground ball to Burleson over to Scott. Gets him by 3 steps to end the inning. So after 1.5, it remains Seattle 1, Boston nothing. Up for the Red Sox is going to be Fisk, Evans, and Carbo. Fisk comes in hitting .377, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in, and 6 doubles. And 69 at bats. He's already walked 15 times on the season. So here's the pitch to Budge. Swing, and that's going to go through the hole for a base hit. Alright, some corners. Meyer and Stein are going to be in on the grass. Doesn't really look like Stein's in on the grass, but I guess the corners are going to play in. for Evans. Fisk gets his lead at first. Evans comes in hitting .360, 5 homers, 20 runs batted in. Who just celebrated, I believe it was his 73rd birthday? 73rd or 75th. I think it might have been his 73rd birthday. So happy birthday to Dewey Evans. Definitely someone who should be seriously considered for the Hall of Fame. But so far has not got much support outside of New England area. Even though, in my opinion, he is deserving. Alrighty, so Dwight Evans up to the plate now. Thomas looks in for the sign. Corners are playing in. He's lined up in the pitch. And it's going to be a strikeout. So Evans goes down on strikes. So to bring up Bernie Carbo getting a start in place of Rick Miller today, who gets the day off. Carbo comes in hitting a whopping 462 in 13 at-bats with a homer and 4 runs batted in. Pitch to Carbo. And he makes the most of it, getting a base hit. And we're going to hold Fisk at second. It's the 1-13, 65% chance of making it. So we're going to hold him. He's already in scoring position. So the Red Sox got something going with 1 down. Runners on first and second here in the bottom of the second. Butch Hobson up to the plate now, hitting .266. 4 homers, 15 runs batted in 79 at-bats. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a wild pitch. So that'll move both runners into scoring position now. So here's the pitch to Hobson. It's going to be at the 4 column. And that's going to get through. Fisk will score. Carbo will be held at third as Jones gets it back in quickly. But that'll tie the game at 1. So Hobson with the RBI single. Brings up Burleson. 0 for 1 on the day. It's going to be off the 5 column. Range check on Milbourne. Milbourne, who was shading towards where the runner was on... I don't know what he was doing. Thinking that the runner might go from first. He's got a range of 5. So, good chance this will get through. No, he'll get to it. And he'll make the play. No, it's going to get through, actually. For some reason, even though the range check thing worked out correctly, he's unable to get to it. And that's going to score the run as Hobson motors all the way to third as he was off on the crack of the bat. So the Red Sox take the lead now 2-1 on the RBI single by Burleson, the Rooster, Rick Burleson. Alright, so runners at the corners for Doyle, 0 for 1. Walked his first time up, so no official at bat. Off the 4 column. And rolls are going the Red Sox way as that's going to get through. And we're going to hold Burleson at second. So Hobson comes in with the 3rd Red Sox run. So Jim Rice also walked in the first. Comes to the plate now, and this one could be a home run, possibly. There's a good chance for a home run here. Again, just misses. Fly ball to center. Jones backs up and makes the catch, but Red Sox put up a 3 spot and lead it 3-1 after 2. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. 2 outs there. I can't count. So 2 down now for the captain, Kyle Yastrzemski. And he's going to get one in the wheelhouse. Perhaps I called it too early. And Jones will make the catch. Now the inning's over. So the Red Sox lead 3-1 after 2. So Cleveland back on the hill now with a 2-run lead. They'll face the top of the order, Milbourne, Braun, and Lopez. Milbourne doubled his first time up and came around the score. And this is going to go for extra bases also, over the head of Evans. Oh, to the wall. Evans gets it back in quickly, but not before Milbourne ends up with another double. So Milbourne 2 for 2 already today. So Steve Braun sacrificed his first time up. Let's see what he does here. This time he's going to hit away. And it's going to be a ground ball to Burleson. Looks to run it back, throws the first for out number 1. So it'll bring up Lopez. He also doubled his first time up. The pitch by Cleveland. It's going to be a ground ball to short. Again, looks to runner back. Throws over to first for out number 2. So Cleveland 1 out away from getting out of the jam here. That'll be up Dan Meyer, who's 0 for 1. The pitch. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. Evans comes up throwing. And Milbourne will score as the throw is a little bit up the line. Meyer holds at first, so Meyer with an RBI single closes the gap to 3-2 now. So Baez 0 for 1 up to the plate now. Cleveland looks in for the sign, looks at the runner. Here's a delivery. And that's going to be a base hit to left. Meyer's round second, but a hold there. So first and second now. Tying run in scoring position for Stein. He's 1 for 1 on the day. And strike 3 looking. So after 2.5, it's 3-2 Boston. So Scott to lead it off against Thomas. Scott 0 for 1 on the day. Gets one in his wheelhouse. Shoots it right back up the middle over the mound. Past Thomas into center field. So Scott on now. That'll be at Fisk, who singled and scored. Last inning. Here's the pitch. And he'll draw the walk. So Thomas with his third walk of the day. To Red Sox pitching. Puts runners at first and second. For Evans, who's 0 for 1. That's going to be a range check on Meyer. Meyer with a 3 range. Gets to it. Ooh, but he's going to boot it. Diving stop. But the throw is wild. The ball gets away and Evans will advance to second. So they're going to score it a hit and an error by Meyer. So runners on second and third, still nobody out for Bernie Carbo. 1 for 1 with a run scored. Here's the pitch to Carbo. And Carbo's going to draw the walk. So it's going to load the bases for Hobson, who's already got an RBI today. Still nobody out. Infield's going to play back, conceding the run. Trying to trade 2 outs for 1 run. Here's the windup in the pitch. And it looks like they're going to get the job done here. 2nd for 1, back to first, double play. As the run comes in. Alright, so 2 runs in here in the bottom of the 3rd. Better bring up Burleson. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. As Evans is at 3rd now. And Hobson gets 1 in the wheelhouse. But hits it to his counterpart. Over to first, 6-3 on the putout to end the inning. But the Red Sox put up another 2 and lead at 5-2 now after 3. Pretty close to the actual score, which I believe was 5-3. No, 5-2. That was the actual score. Alright, so this is the actual score. If no more runs are going to be scored, but I have a feeling the way things have been going that there's going to be quite a few more runs. Just a hunch. Anyway, bottom third of the order against Cleveland here in the 4th, who already have 6 hits. Red Sox with 7, so bottom third of the order, Jones, Reynolds, and Jutes. Cleveland looks in for the sign. Just the windup in the pitch. And that's going to go back through the middle. So leadoff single for Jones. And it brings up Reynolds 0 for 1. Jones will be held. No, won't be held on by Scott as the corners are playing in. Ground ball to first. Scott's up with it. Gets the lead runner at second. So Reynolds on the fielder's choice. He'll be held on by Scott. Brings up Skip Jutes. Jutes 0 for 1 on the day. Reynolds gets his lead as the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. This could be 2 over to 0 for 1. Back to first. Double play. So after 3.5, it remains a 3-run lead for the Red Sox. So Denny Doyle singled his first time up. RBI single. Draws the walk. So 5 walks on the day. Wow, he had 15 walks coming into the game, so he's definitely been pretty wild, showing issues with his command. So Jim Rice up, 0 for 1 with a walk. Doyle gets the lead. Here's the windup in the pitch. Base hit to center. Doyle rounds second, but he'll hold there. So Red Sox got something going here in the bottom of the 4th. First and second, nobody out for the captain, Kyle Yastrzemski. And Yastrzemski draws the walk, so wow. 6 walks for Thomas. There is action in the Seattle pen. Bases loaded, nobody out. Scott could blow this game wide open with one swing of the bat here. 1 for 2 with a run scored already. Thomas looks in for the sign, looks at the runners. And that is going to be it. As Thomas is done for the day. So his manager's seen enough. That'll be up Montague. John Montague is, I think. Yeah, John Montague comes in. He's got a record of 2-2 on the season with a save, 4.46 earned run average, 34 innings pitched, 39 hits allowed, 13 walks, 19 strikeouts, and has surrendered 6 home runs. In the actual season, he was 8-12 with 4 saves and a 4.29 earned run average, 182 innings pitched, getting a spot start every now and then. All right, here he comes out of the bullpen, though, to face Scott with the bases loaded. So Montague looks in the sign, looks at the runners, kicks, and delivers. And that's going to be a ground ball to Meyer, home for first to the out. And home to first double play. 1, 2, 3 on the scoring that at home. So Montague 1 out away from getting out of it with no damage done. But he'll have to face Fisk, who's 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored. And they're going to intentionally walk him. So that'll bring up Evans, who's chopping at the bit here with the bases loaded. Chance to blow this game wide open for the Red Sox. The pitch by Montague. Range check on Lopez. Lopez with a 3 range in right field. And this one's going to get past him. Rice comes around. Yastrzemski scores. Fisk rounding third. Let's see if they decide to hold him or not. Yep, Fisk will be held at third. But an RBI double by Evans. And the Red Sox increase their lead now 7-2. So that brings up Carbo, who's 1 for 1 with a run scored. And it's going to be popped up to second. Milbourne calls for it and makes the catch to end the inning. But the Red Sox tack on another 2. And it's 7-2 after 4. All right, so Cleveland now with a comfortable lead. He'll face Milbourne, who's already doubled off him twice today. Here's the windup in the pitch. Ground ball to first, and Scott fires to first with Cleveland covering, and Milbourne's finally retired for the first time today. So that'll bring him Steve Braun, who's 0 for 1. Another ground ball to first. This time Scott will take it to the bag himself for out number 2. So Cleveland looking to get a 1-2-3 inning. He'll have to face Lopez, who's 1 for 2 with a double. And Lopez is going to get one in the wheelhouse. And boom, that's a no-doubter over the green monster. Into the netting. And Seattle gets a run back now, 7-3. So Meyer 1 for 2 with an RBI. And another base hit as Cleveland's looked shaky so far. Despite only giving up only 3 runs. Could have been a lot worse. But has managed to wiggle out of a lot of threats. Putting up just single ones every other inning in the first, third, and now 5th. So Baez 1 for 2. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Hobson's up with it. Over to second the short way, and that'll do it for the Mariners, who get a solo home run to make it a 7-3 game. So Hobson will lead it off. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Montague back out there for inning number 2. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Reynolds with a 4 range. He'll get to it and make the play over to Meyer for out number 1. So it brings up Burleson, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI. The pitch to the Rooster. Fly ball to right. Lopez is there, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down for the Red Sox here in the home half of the 5th. Doyle's 1 for 1 with an RBI. Has also walked. And he'll draw another walk. So 2-out walk to Doyle. He'll be held on by Meyer. Brings up Jim Rice, who's 1 for 2 with a run scored. And that one's going to get in the dirt. Gets away from Jutes. So another wild pitch for the Mariners. And Doyle now moves in the scoring position. And they're going to put Rice on with the base open to face Yastrzemski, who's 0 for 2 with a run scored. And Yastrzemski's going to make him pay. Base hit. We're going to send him, why not? And we'll hold the trailing runner. And Doyle will score the 8th Boston run. Now 8-3 Red Sox on the RBI single by the captain, Yastrzemski. So Scott now 1 for 3 with a run scored. And it's going to be off the catcher card. Pop up to Jutes. Actually, it's low and gets away from Jutes. It's going to roll to the backstop. So it's going to be a passed ball on Jutes. You can never tell with those catcher cards. At least I can't. What's going to happen. But runners on second and third now with 2 down. So Scott now with 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the pitch to the boomer. It's going to be a range check on Jutes, who's above average range. If he gets to it, he'll make the out. Very short-handed. Picks it up over to first. And that'll do it for the Red Sox in the 5th. The Red Sox push across another run. It's 8-3 now after 5 full. So Cleveland 68 pitches through the first 5 innings. Stein to lead it off. He's 1 for 2 on the day. And that got him. Hit him. Clicked him on the jersey. So Stein will trot the first. So leadoff runner on for the Mariners. He'll be held on by Scott. Rupert Jones 1 for 2 on the day. And that's going to be a base hit. And that'll start some stirring in the Boston pen. So Soup Campbell has started to loosen up in the Red Sox pen. So it'll be if Reynolds, he's 0 for 2. Red Sox hoping to get a double play here. And it's going to be off 5 column. That'll be a strikeout swinging. So Cleveland, with his second strikeout of the day, is yet to walk a batter. Has given up 10 hits. But so far, only 3 runs. So Jute's up to the plate now. He's a good double play candidate. 0 for 2 on the day. And strike 3 swinging. So back-to-back strikeouts. Now there's 2 down. But I'll have to get through Milbourne, who's already 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles. Here's the pitch. Gets one in the wheelhouse. Hit the left. Yastrzemski going back. Reaches up and makes the catch. So Mariners get the first 2 runners on, but unable to score. And it remains 8-3 as we head to the home half of the 6th. Montague back out there for another inning. Fisk, Evans, and Carbo to the plate for the Red Sox. Fisk 1 for 2 with pair of runs scored. Fly ball to left. Range check on Braun. Braun below average range. Gets to it. But he's going to misplay it. And he drops the fly ball, and Fisk will have himself a, well, not a double, but he'll end up at second. So runner in scoring position already for the Red Sox. Evans 2 for 3 with a double. The pitch by Montague. Ground ball to third. Stein picks it up. Looks the runner back. Flips the first for out number 1. So runner gets his lead. Carbo up to the plate now. He's 1 for 2. And he'll draw the walk. So another walk for Seattle pitching. As Montague has already given up 4 walks today, and his predecessor gave up, I think, at least 6. So double-digit walks for the Mariners today. Definitely looking like an expansion team. So Hobson to the plate now, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Runners on first and second, 1 down. And Hobson will get one in the wheelhouse. And that's going to go deep. That's going to be a wall scraper up against the Green Monster. Carbo will hold at third, but 1 run will come in, and it's now a 9-3 Boston lead. So the Red Sox have scored in every inning except for the first, and now lead it by 6, 9-3. So scores around the league. The Royals lead the White Sox now 5-0. Toronto now leads Milwaukee 6-5. Minnesota 1 over Cleveland 2-1. And the Orioles are on the board first at Oakland 1-0. Alright, so runs at second and third for the Rooster. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI. Here's the pitch. And it's going to go into foul territory. Out of play. No, actually it looks like Reynolds will make the catch in fair territory. Not much fair territory down the line there, but the umpire rules it was fair. And Burleson is retired now, 2 down. So Doyle 1 for 1 with a pair of walks. Also has an RBI on the day. And it'll be a slow roll at a short. Reynolds up with it. Over to first. And that'll do it. But the Red Sox tack on another and now lead it 9-3 as we head to the 7th. Alright, so Cleveland up to 84 pitches. This is likely to be his last inning. Braun 0 for 2 on the day. And it's going to be a fly ball to center. And Evans is there for out number 1. All right, so Lopez 2 for 3 with a homer. Hit a solo home run his last time up. And this time Cleveland gets him swinging. Trying to go for the second home run of the day. Comes up empty. So 2 out, 2 up and 2 down here in the Seattle 7th. Brings up Dan Meyer. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. See if Cleveland can get his 1-2-3 inning. I think it might be his first of the game. First one in a while, anyway. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Hobson up with it over to Scott. And he gets the 1-2-3 inning. So 7th inning stretch time here at Fenway. Let's take a look at the trivia question. Who was the 1992 World Series MVP? I'm thinking that was the Blue Jays. And I'm guessing that was the year Joe Carter hit the walk-off home run. I could be wrong. It could be 93 he did that, but I'm going to go with Joe Carter. So lock in your answers. Here we go. Nope, Pat Borders. So it wasn't the year. Must have been the next year that Joe Carter hit the walk-off home run. So Pat Borders was the World Series MVP. Catcher for the Blue Jays. Alrighty, so the Red Sox will send up the heart of the order. Rice, Yastrzemski, and Scott up against Montague. In for another inning of work. Montague up to 63 pitches. There is action in the Seattle pen. So Rice 1 for 2 with a run scored. Gets one in the wheelhouse. Gets a little on top of it, but belts it through the center to center field. So Rice on with a leadoff single. Red Sox now with 12 hits on the day to go with their 9 runs. Yastrzemski 1 for 3 with an RBI. Yastrzemski gets one in the wheelhouse. That gets under it just a little, and it'll stay in the park, and Jones will make the catch for out number 1. So Scott 1 for 4 on the day with a run scored. Rice gets his lead. Here's the lineup in the pitch. Ground ball to Milbourne. Over to first as Rice moves into scoring position now with 2 down. So Fisk 1 for 2 with 3 runs scored. And Montague strikes him out. Umpire said he went. Fisk not happy with the call. But that'll do it for the Red Sox in the 7th. So we head to the 8th with the Red Sox up by 6. Looks like Cleveland's going to at least start this inning. We'll see how long it is. Campbell has been warming in the Red Sox pen. Baez 1 for 3 up to the plate now. And that's going to be popped up. Scott in foul territory makes the catch for out number 1. So it'll bring up Bill Stein with 1 out and the bases empty. 1 for 2 on the day. Ground ball to Scott. He takes to the bag and safe, swipes him with the glove for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the Seattle 8th. Cleveland has looked better in the last couple innings. Seems to have settled in finally. So Rupert Jones 2 for 3. Cleveland going for a second 1-2-3 inning in a row. And he'll get it. So Cleveland with his 5th strike. Excuse me. 5th strikeout of the day. As the pop filter goes flying. Reaching for the coffee cup. Alright, so hopefully we get the pop filter here. We'll just hold the pop filter in our hand. No worries. Alright, so Evans is having a good day. 2 for 4 with a double. Montague back out there for another inning of work. Already up to 80 pitches. We'll see how long he lasts. Evans on the walk column here. And he'll strike out for out number 1. Called third strike. Alright, so it brings up Carbo as 1 for 2 of the runs scored. Off the 5 column. And Carbo will draw the walk. So Seattle with, I believe, at least their 11th walk of the day. Unbelievable. So Hobson's 2 for 4 with a double. Carbo gets his lead. He won't be held on by Meyer. And it's going to be a fly ball to right. Lopez there, and he'll make the catch to retire Hobson for out number 2. So that brings us to Roosters 1 for 5 with an RBI. And he'll get his second hit of the day, a base hit up the middle. Carbo will hold that second. And I'll bring up Danny Doyle is 1 for 2 with an RBI. And it's going to be a fly ball to left. Brown is there, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. So after 8 complete, the Red Sox with a commanding 9-3 lead as we head to the top of the 9th. And it looks like Bill Campbell is going to come in. Non-save situation. Let's see. Maybe we won't bring in Campbell. He's got a little bit overused. Let's bring in somebody who needs a little work. Maybe Tom House. Yeah, Tom House, I think, could use a little work. We're going to bring in Tom House with a 6-run lead. Campbell, who had been warming up, sits down for now. Yeah, we get some lefties coming up, so at least one lefty. All right, so Reynolds lead it off, lefty on lefty here. So Tom House comes in. He's pitched 6 scoreless innings so far this season, allowed only 3 hits, striking out a batter. The actual season is 5-5 with a 4.64 ERA and 97 innings pitched. So Reynolds over 3, steps into the box. Here's the windup in the pitch by House. And what happens there? Oh, looks like he's going to pinch hit for him. Looks like Leroy Stanton is going to come in and pinch hit. 244 hitter on the season with 4 runs batted in and 41 at-bats. Here's the pitch to Stanton. And he's going to get a hold on. Evans backpedals. It's over his head. It's going to go to the wall. And he'll hold that second, down by 6. So leadoff double for Stanton. Pinch hit double. That brings up Jutes. He's 0 for 3. Jutes will hit for himself. Ground ball to first. Races to the bag and just beats him. As Stanton moves to third now with 1 down. So Milbourne up to the plate now. 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Ground ball to Burleson at short. Gets to it. Looks the runner back. No, actually doesn't look the runner back, and run number 3-4 will come across the plate. But now there are 2 down with the bases empty. So the Red Sox trading out for a run. And let's see if Braun hits for himself here. He does. He's 0 for 3. Pitch by House. Strike 3 looking, and that'll end the ball game. So the Red Sox win by a score of 9-4. Pretty easy win for the Red Sox. Let's take a look at the box score. So Reggie Cleveland, while he definitely was not too sharp, as he has been all season, pretty much dances around, scattering 10 hits, but allowing just 3 runs. And pitching 8 innings, 10 hits allowed, 3 runs, all of them earned, 5 strikeouts. Didn't walk a batter. That was probably why he survived. pitching 8 innings. So Tom House comes in and pitches pitches the 9th inning, allowing 1 run, 1 hit, an earned run, striking out a batter. For the Seattle Mariners, Thomas gets the loss, going to 0-5 now. Last just 3+ innings, allowing 8 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, walking 6 and striking out just 1. ERA now up to 6.98. Montague, basically in mop-up duty, pitches 5 innings, allowing 5 hits, 2 runs, just 1 of them earned. Walking 5 also, so total of 11 walks for Seattle pitching, striking out 2. So the Red Sox definitely walked a lot, having almost as many walks as base hits. Alright, so for the Red Sox, the hitter of the game, pretty much spread out. Every Red Sox starter had at least 1 hit, with Burleson, Rice, Evans, and Hobson having 2 hits apiece. So, nobody with more than 2 runs batted in. Fisk did score 3 runs. But I think we're going to give player of the game to Reggie Cleveland, who wasn't exactly that pretty, but he does not walk a batter, so his control was there. But he did allow 10 hits, but he did last 8 innings. So Reggie Cleveland, we're going to give the player of the game to. For the Sailors, for the Mariners, again, they managed to get 11 hits off of them. Lopez with 2 for 4 with a home run. Red Sox did not hit any home runs today, no. Yeah, Milbourne had a pair of doubles and 2 runs scored. But, yeah, nothing that exciting there. So let's wrap it up here. So we'll show you the... we won't show you the box score.
Peanuts, get your peanuts here.
Anyway, that is gonna... We'll show you the play. Yeah, here it is. Here's the box score. So the score sheet's right here in case you want to see it. Here we go. Play-by-play. I normally don't show this, but we will this time. And there it is. So, alright, so thank you for joining me. The Red Sox improve. So let's take a look at the standings now after the Red Sox win. So the Red Sox now just a half game out, 14-7. And they'll be going for the series win tomorrow against the Seattle Mariners. So the Red Sox just a half game out of first, so doing well. Still 3 games ahead of their pace of 11-10. Now that we're 14-7. So yep. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. If you definitely enjoyed this video, give it a like. Show us some love and support, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And hit that notification bell so you know when we upload new content. There's simulation sports games and simulation video games also. So check us out. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.